Rob leaving.
After setting it all up.
After setting it all up for me, bless his cotton socks. Yeah, let's do some videos, hey team. I know a lot of you don't do yoga, but a lot of you do the yoga, so I thought I might as well video me doing Ashtanga. I'll make it a shorter Ashtanga because Ashtanga is an hour and a half, which I'm sure you're not going to want to do, even though you've got all the time in the world. Yeah, I'll cut some bits out, slot some bits in, and we'll see how we go and get to the end. And do your version. I will explain the options, but I won't go into everything because then it will take forever. So basically I will do what I can and show you as many options as I can. So standing as straight as possible, tuck your chin in, bring your abdominals inwards and upwards in our Ashtanga. This is called Uddiyana Bandha. We pull inwards and upwards. And you can grab your pelvic floor and pull that in as well. You'll probably let go of it soon, but you can try at least at the beginning. But that tummy needs to remain in. And the breath in Ashtanga is a breath in through the nose and out through the nose. So we close the mouth. This is detoxing, guys. Exactly what you need. Immune system boosting, detoxing. Feet together, and they always stand together. Every time you come back to standing, your feet are going to be together. So, let's go. Take a breath in. Surya Namaskara. Thigh forward. Tuck your chin. Bend your knees. Inhale. Lengthen, prepare. Exhale. Walk back. Drop your knees. Come down in Chaturanga. Yeah, looking towards the tip of your nose. Push forward, lift up. If you need to stay lower, that's okay. Use your knees, tuck your toes, and up and over into down dog. 5 breaths here. 1. You can play with your legs. You can bend your knees. You can do what you need to do. 3. 4. And 5. Bend your knees, walk in. Bring your feet together, take an inhale, lengthen. Some of you need to come much higher to get that straight back. Exhale, forward, forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Samastiti. Let's do only 3 today, so 2 more like this. We normally do 5 rounds. Put it down a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk back. Now push strongly onto your hands. You need to warm up your wrists. I'm doing this without my knees. You keep using your knees, beginners. I'm lifting my kneecaps up. I'm rolling over my toes and into down dog. 1. I'm not standing on the out. 2. 3. 4. 5. Bend your knees. Walk in. Take an inhale. Take a lengthen. Exhale, forward, forward. Rise up. Exhale. 1 more. Down dog. 5 breaths. Always 5 breaths when we get to the pose, the asana. 2. 3. 4. 5. Bend my knees. Gonna walk in on my tiptoes so I can get used to the feeling of my wrists being used. Inhale, exhale, forward, forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. I'm gonna turn my mat slightly on the diagonal so you can see from the side view as well. That may help so you can see everything that's happening. Take Surya Namaskara B, chair pose, tuck your tail, look up. Exhale, forward, forward. Inhale, lengthen. So I'm straightening out here. Remember, most of you will be higher than this. Bend your knee, pick up, jump back. That was the jump. You can walk. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, over down dog. Take your right leg, place it between your hands. Again, some of you might need to grab your ankle there. Put it down, check the back heel is down flat. Inhale, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Looking forward, tip of the nose. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, over down dog. Changing to the left. Foot, rise, inhale. Push on the back leg. Exhale, step back, drop. Look into the tip of the nose, rising, looking past. Third eye, up and over. 5 breaths. 1. So I'm using all my fingers, spreading my fingers strongly. 2. 3. Tuck my chin, look to my navel. 4. Lift my tailbone up a little bit more. And 5. Bend your knees. Walk or jump, picking up your tail, landing feet as close to your hands as possible. Inhale, exhale, forward, fold. Take chair, inhale, exhale. And I'm going to do one more. We normally do 3 altogether. This will be number 2. Folding, lifting, jump back. Following the breath change, we're exhaling. Right leg. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Remember to look at your hands, breathe in. You don't have to jump, you can walk in. Inhale, pick up, float, lengthen, exhale, fold. Take chair. And then exhale, stand. Put your hands on your hips. Walk or jump your feet hip width apart. Open your heart on the inhale. Exhale, take the big toes. Hold the big toes. Lengthen, bend your knees as much as you need to and exhale. And fold your chest on your thighs. Tuck your chin in. Draw your elbows out. Draw your shoulders out. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. We lengthen, opening again. Place the hands underneath the feet for Padastasana. Inhale and prepare by opening the shoulders. Lean forward a little bit. Exhale, open your elbows. 1. 2. 3. 4. See how I'm drawing the crown of my head down on every out breath to get further length through the base of the spine. Inhale, prep, lengthen. Exhale, put your hands on your hips. Inhale, rise up, open the heart. Exhale, walk or jump your feet together. Good. Now let's see how best you can see me to do this. Let me turn so you can see me. Let me start from here so you can see the whole thing. And so I'm going to step out with my right foot and turn into triangle position, lengthening through the side body and then exhaling and holding. And you see how long I'm trying to make my side profile here as I'm leaning to the right. So we're always going to the right foot first. Some of you might be much higher like this. As long as you're keeping this side body as long as possible, that's the key. The kneecaps lifting, the thighs are lifting up, and we're not rolling the hip forward, we're opening the hip out. So we're here looking strong. Good. And in Ashtanga, all yogi is supposed to have a slight smile on your face. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn your feet. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, find the angle that suits you. So you can see on me, this side of the body is tighter. This is where years ago I had a sacroiliac problem. So this is tighter. So I don't get as far, but as my body warms up, I can wiggle my fingers a little bit further, but without curving. So I don't compromise the curve, and I'm still pulling this top hip back, shoulder, fingers above, digging in my feet, turning my kneecap towards these toes. Lovely. Standing up, turn it. So this time, I'm just getting used to giving you the right angles. We're going to take the left arm forward, the right foot's long, and then I'm going to turn away from you. So fingertips for me are going to find the floor, but for most of you, you want to hold your balance, press on your shin and open up your body so your hips remain straight. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rising up, turning round, left leg forward, right hip squares, reach and twist. 1, 2, digging in my back leg, digging in my front leg. 3, revolving my rib cage towards the side. 4 and 5. The windmill opens up and out. Good. And then you close to the top of your mat, wherever that may be for you. Bigger step back with the right leg. Turn your right foot, bend your right knee. Uttita Pajvakonasana. Level 1 people. You're staying here, you're turning, you're looking up, everybody. Level 2, turn and look up. Level 3, behind the foot, turn and look up. 2, 3, so see how I'm not here? Yeah, I'm revolving, I'm turning. 4, I'm looking to my hand, left hand. And 5, sweep it under, lift it up, turn it round. Check your right angle, reach, level 1, stay there and pull back. Open these ribs, everybody open your ribs, drop your hip. Yeah, 2, level 2. If you feel a tightness in your waist, just pick back up, lengthen like I did there. 3, drop and tuck your hip under. 4, 5. So I did heavy weights yesterday, I'm tight today. Good, let's take it. So, most of you lot, I want you to just take your left elbow over and put your palms together. Push down on the bottom elbow, look up to the top. 2, I'm going to go to advanced, but stay where you are. 3, tucking that right hip in, pushing the back foot down firmly. 4 and 5. Standing up, windmilling up, turning your body. Remember, elbow, hands, and then once you get there, tuck your left hip in and lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Windmill up, windmill over, and then step in, step back. Toes, pigeon toes, yep, and then inhale, open, exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, open again, head back. Exhale, hands to the floor between your feet. So once you've got that position, you can widen your stance, you can bend your knees as much as you need to. You lengthen by lengthening and opening the buttocks, and then you draw the crown of the head down. And if, like me, this is a little bit too easy, this might not be you, but if it is, then you walk in a bit. So you're focused on pulling the head down and trying to get to the floor, but you shouldn't be able to touch the floor. And for those of you it's way away and you're higher like this, bend your knees and tuck in. 3, 4, 5. And then lengthen again hands on the hips, draw up, squeeze your elbows. This is really good for your upper back. Inhale, squeeze, keep squeezing, don't open them, pull them in, and fold. 1, 2. So all the time I'm thinking about trying to get the shoulder blades to touch. 3, 4, 5. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release. Prep your arms for C. We're going to miss D, so we'll do C. Good, link. There's Fruity again. Inhale, open. He wants to be involved. Yoga cat. Exhale. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Stand up. Good. So we would normally do D, but we'll skip it. Turn. Step in. Open your arms. Feet should be together. Slide your hands back. This is the one where your hands come up. So you meet your hands coming up your back. You push your fingertips together and you wiggle. As you can see, I'm really tight from doing the weights yesterday. So I might take some time, she says, to get my hands up here. You might find it easy. And then squeeze your hands together and step your right leg back and turn towards the back of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, dig your feet into the floor. Exhale, lean. We have a straight spine and straight legs. Eyes tuck in, looking down to your second toe. Pull your shoulders back and it'll help you to open your chest. Push your palms together as you lengthen forward. 3. I'm trying to keep my hips from twisting like this. Trying to bring my left hip down, my right hip up. 4. So we're in this perfect pyramid. And 5. And I didn't go all the way because I want you to see how more focused it is on the legs and the spine. Inhale. Exhale. 1. If you feel yourself pushing out like I did there, pull that right hip forward. Dig your feet in. Push your palms together. 3. So some of you might be flexible enough to go down here, but you need to be able to be fully long. So yeah, it's often better for most people to stay up straight. You can push more into your hands. And 5. Inhale, lift. And then we turn away. We release. Oh, and if you're like me, it's tight. Give them a little bit of a shake. And then come back to the top of your mat. Let me turn again so you can see me best. Okay, good. From here, find a good spot on the mat for my balancing. So you're going to balance, so find a good flat spot. If you run a rug or anything, make sure you've got that flat spot. And then pick up underneath your right leg and hitch it up. Flex your foot, stage 1. Those of you who are flexible enough, stage 2. I'm going to go back a bit so you can see. And then stage 3, lift it up, pull your shoulder back. 2, trying to keep my hips in a straight line, trying not to hitch my hip lock. 3, other hand on the hip, shoulder pulls back. If you're on this level, you might stay with the hold in. And 5, and then most of you want to hook under here, flex and open. Now open your heart, open your rib cage, and look to the left. You can extend level 2 people, and those of you who are flexible enough to maintain this straight level in the hips, we're pushing out with the heel. 3, 4, and 5. Come back, hold on to your leg wherever you can reach, point your toe, lift it as high as you can. Doesn't matter how high, just lift it as high as you can. She says, wobbling everywhere, and then let go. 1, so start at your highest point, straight spine, abs in. 2, point your toes, feel your leg working. 3, 4, 1 more breath, kick up. 5, quarter second. Good. Tita, hasta, Parangustasana. A, level 1, level 2, level 3. 1, shoulder back, very important. Hips in alignment, soft knee on the standing leg. 2, looking forward, eyes on the horizon. 3, 4, and 5. Take the leg out to the side. Remember to bend your knee. For those of you who need to, you've got the bent leg. Looking out to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the front. Hold on. Point the toes. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. 1. It's always 5 breaths that you're getting the hang of. 2. A lot of you will remember Ashtanga. 3, 4. And if your quadriceps screaming at you, that's good. Kick up. Stop it. 5. Legs a shake. Legs a shake. Hope you can hear me on this. If not, you can just follow me. Hey, pick up your right leg. And as most of you know, my knees are old, a bit battered. So I take my time on this one. Depending on the day and what I've done, I let myself find this position. So let's do what I do. It's not what's in Ashtanga because it's really quick in Ashtanga. I do 5 breaths like this where I hold, because this gives my hips and mainly my knee joint time to get used to this wonderful stretch. It is brilliant for the knee, but my knee needs time. Some of you might be absolutely fine, but I take my time. And then after I've done 5, I try and do the full asana, which is find your own arm and work your way down. Some of you will stop there, and some of you will get your big toe. I know some of you can. And then advanced level, once you've got your big toe, you tip over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we come up. Good. Slowly releasing the leg if you're like me. That knee's freezing. Give it a little shake. Find some stability again, left side. So I'm going to do the same. Preparation 5 breaths. Although this knee isn't as bad. 1, 2. It often means as well that you can reach more because you've had longer here. 3. So see how I'm pulling that foot right up towards my hip bone, which eventually is where you lot will get, but don't worry if you're not there. 4. Flies going up my nose. That's what happens when you're in your garden. So peaceful. 5. Round the back. Find your own arm. Wiggle down. Grab your big toe if you can. If you can get your big toe, then you go forward. If not, you just stay standing and hold your arm. 1, 2, 3, and as your outer hip and glutes open, 4, which is an amazing stretch if you're down here, and your chin, your nose goes to your knee. That's the aim. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Top of your mat again. Lovely. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tip forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk or jump back to chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. And then I do jump practice. So let's go through some jump practice for those of you who don't get to Ashtanga with me very much. So this is to help you learn how to get strong enough to do the floats and the jumps through in Ashtanga, which are a big part of Ashtanga. Eventually that's what you do, and it just is a continuous flow with that. But obviously you've got to start somewhere and you've got to learn. So in my classes, this point I teach a few jumps, floats. Yeah, so it looks like this. You bend your knees and then you just straighten your legs and land. So every time, it's like a pike. Every time you jump, you're gonna lift, pike, and drop. And what you're aiming to do, just keep trying that. Most of you know what this should look like if you've been to Ashtanga class. You're aiming to get your shoulders
above your wrist so you can float in. So that's where the strength comes from, but it takes time. So just keep picking your bottom up and lifting it. Eventually there's a floating point where your body just goes, ah, it's there. It's like the headstand team. That bottom, above, there's the floating point, look. Give me 2 more jumps and then come and join me right here. Yeah, bend and squeeze and tuck. Utkatasana, 1. And if your shoulders are tight, open here. 2. Just make sure that you tucked your tail and you're sitting back and your knees are not coming forward of your toes. 3. And you can come deeper and deeper. 4. And 5. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back. Drop. Up dog. Urdhva Mukha. Shvasan, Adho Mukha Shvasan. Take the right leg. Pin it forward. Bend it until the right knee is over the ankle and then rise. Again, arms can be open. Much nicer for most people. Check that the back foot is flat, turned out. Turn your hips, square the front. 1. Try and get this flat. Put your glass of water on there. 2. 3. I'm tucking my tail, lengthening this back hip. I'm bringing it around. 4. And 5. Keep looking up if you can. Lovely sunshine. Turn, the weather's amazing. Tuck your tail and sink again. 1, still with me? Yeah. 2. 3. 4. 5. Open your arm. Bend your left leg, so keep the left leg bent. Sink into it and open. 1. To the middle finger of the left hand. 2. Pull this hip back. Move your muscle back. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, turn your feet, turn your right, bend. 1. 2. 3. 4. I'm sliding a little bit wider so I can go deeper. And I'm stretching. 5. Windmill down. For those of you who are practicing the kick up to handstand, you would walk your foot in a little bit. All of you can practice this. You just need to do a mini version. So you would just play with this hop look. So hands are strong, arms are strong, no bend. So kids, if you're doing this as mums, and even dads maybe, little kick up and a drop. Yeah, kick up. And eventually your body finds this floating point. Yeah, and then you come up. And what we do is we drop. I know you're not there yet, but that's the aim of the game. Up dog, down dog. And then we do a procedure. Sounds like we're going to the hospital. Let's hope not, eh? We're doing a procedure where we come onto the tiptoes, lift, 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 lift. It's called ballerina. Through again, I know most of you know that. So, feet flexed, back straight, hands down by your side, shoulders back, pick up your heart, look down and hold. 1. Dandasana. Stick pose. 2. Legs are so straight, body so straight, not leaning forward, everything back. 3. 4. 5. Now at this point my body is obviously, because that's my job, flexible enough to grab my big toes, but some of you might look like this. So I don't want you to look like this because it's not going to help you. You don't need any more flexibility here. You need flexibility here. So to do that, for some of you, it would be much better off doing this. Any point you can keep your spine straight is going to be much better. So we now do not bend our spine on any of the moves. I think there's one where we do. So the rest of them, you can only go forward if your spine is going to keep straight like mine there. If it doesn't, you just stop wherever you've got your max. So we've done nearly 5 breaths here. Yeah, and I'm pulling my shoulders back the whole time. I'm not letting them do this. The neck's long, everything's about the base picking up. Yeah, and then inhale again. Exhale and just stay where you were, or try and go a tiny bit further. Those of you who've got your feet, you now hold the outside of your feet and you open. Good. 2. I'm looking at you, but you would look forward. 3 towards your big toes, and I'm picking up my rib cage and sliding it, so the ant's biting me, along my leg. So I'm not letting it go back. 4 and 5. Good. Pick up, take your hands behind you, fingers face in, point your toes, lift up. If you can't manage with both legs straight, bend one. Head back, if you can, chest up. 2. Try and get your pointed toes to touch the floor. 3, 4, 5. We come down. So then we start the vinyasa process, and there's lots of them. So we're going to tuck. See how my feet are pointed, not bent. Tuck, point my feet, tuck them under, put my hands in front of me, roll over the pointed feet, which for some people hurts. Try and lift up. If you can't, don't worry. Just get to there and wiggle yourself back. And then you choose. You can walk back one by one, or jump like I will. Chaturanga. Use your knees, remember. A lot of you need to use your knees. This is how you would use your knees, look. Up to down dog, and then the ballerina. So the ballerina goes in on point, lift. Knees come through, and next time I'll show you how eventually that should look. Good. So take your right leg. Yeah, pick up your right leg, swing it a little bit. Adha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Long one, this one. Right arm round the back, and a lot of you won't be able to get your foot. So you just be grabbing that arm again, or trying to go as close as you can to your foot. Sit up tall, only lean forward if you can do so with your straight back. 1. I'm grabbing my foot because I'm there, but some of you might be much better off staying here. 2, wherever you can get the longest spine. 3, and you also want to work on the outside knee, that right knee dropping down. Square chest, so rather than back here, square your chest. And 5, pick up. So you've got a choice here. In between the different sides of the body, you can put a quick vinyasa, which I will do, because this is a shortened class as well. So I'm going to put them all in. Or you can miss this out, wait for me to get back. Yeah, so you can follow me or miss it out. So I will go quickly to here, jump back. I'm doing the one without my knees on the floor, but you can choose. And then the full float looks like that. So that's what you're trying to do. Get your control, get your hips above. Left leg. I want you all to be able to do that by the end of this lockdown. Left arm. That's your aim. And your headstands, which I'm going to teach after this. Pick up your heart, square your body, and lean. 1. So brilliant for opening your hips. 2, stretching across the top of the foot. 3, opening right through this knee. So stretching parts of the knee you don't normally get stretches to. 4, and then of course, lower back, hamstrings. There's so much going on. Shoulder. 5, some people are really tight here, so they feel this one here. Lift up, release. I always shuffle a bit to the top of my mat. Cross my legs. I'm going to do the advanced version. You just keep with the roll over your feet, and I can't even do the full advanced version. I'm not that advanced. Up dog. Over. Sit down. Take the right leg behind you. Let me just show you the foot position with the left leg so you can see. First off, that's how it looks. You don't sit on your foot. Sit to the side, bottom down, okay? I'll do it with my right. Roll back. I roll my calf out the way. Make sure both buttocks are down. Sit up. If you have any pain, this is my bad knee. I'm going to lean forward a little bit. Some of you will go all the way. Depends on your flexibility. Also try not to lean out to the side. Back to the center. lift your chest. So pick up and then lean away, release it. Remember, you don't have to do this one, but if you want to, you'll burn more calories. Left leg, calf out, spine lifted, flexed other foot, lift up, and I've got a little bit more flexibility in this knee, so I can go a little bit further forward, but I don't push it too far, because if I did, I would end up looking like this, and this is not what we want in Ashtanga. So I know that I've got to feel this length coming through the rib cage. 3, you might be back here, doesn't matter, whatever feels good. 4, if it really hurts your knee, guys, you can open it, yeah. And 5, pick up, release, vinyasa. It's another way of getting forward, straight leg jump through. I'll show you that again next time. You can try it. Some cushions around you and go for it. Doesn't matter, you can always pause this and have a good few tries of that. Okay, we're going to bring the right leg in. We'll just do this one. So right leg, show you on the left, looks like that. Let me just pretend this is my right leg for you. Push the foot into the thigh, lift up the spine and lean forward. 1. I normally mirror image, so I should have done that, but I was trying to get you to see my spine this way. 2, 3. So some people will be holding the foot like this. 4, there is actually an advanced version of this where the leg that's bent, you would take that wrist and you would come, that's where I would be, here, and lengthen it. And 5, release. Do your version, remember to point your toes in. You can hold them and tuck them under, yeah, and then you can walk back. I'll do that beginner's version here, beginners. You've always got this with the knees all the time, up and over, and then you'll be doing ballerina lift. You can even drop your knees, sit through and walk back. Always options. So where are we? Right leg. Janu, Shirshasana, A1. I'm doing the advanced. You don't have to. 2. Think you all understand that all we really want is this lovely long spine rather than this. As long as you're doing that, it doesn't matter how far you're going forward, doesn't matter if you can touch your toes or not. It's all about that. 5, release. Again, I'll show you the beginner's level. Through. Oh, you could add the little jump if that feels good. Yeah, using my knees down, pull, push the chest through the gap, shoulders back, looking up, using my knees up and over, and then point, lift, come through to seated. Okay, so now let me turn and face forward for this one, be able to see it better. Take the right leg. I will mirror image you now. Take the right leg and put it in. Back to my aerobics instructor. And then drop, make sure that knee is above the foot. Drop your right arm in, wrap it around the back. Find your left arm, pick up. Try not to be like this. Try and pull the shoulder forwards. Flex your foot. You see all my dirty feet now? And then go forward. 1. So again, you're only going forward. You've seen how straight the spine needs to be. Some of you might be back here. 2, as long as you're trying to bring that shoulder round. 3, 4, and 5. That's a really, what I call a fancy vinyasa on this one. So let me just show you. You don't have to do this. You do the one before. But if you want to try, pop your left arm under, sorry, your right arm under, push it under, lift off the floor. Oh, splits. I know you're all going now, yeah, whatever, Natalie, whatever, stop showing off. Good. Let's take the left leg. It goes to this edge of the mat. As you can see, there's space here. drop down. Brilliant exercise, asana, posture, any different word you want to call it for your shoulders here. We really are opening up through the shoulders. And then the lean, remember, comes from the lift of the chest and the pull forward. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do your normal vinyasa. Or attempt the fancy vinyasa. This is why Ashtanga gets you so strong. Right. So let's skip B. We're not going to do B. Skip it and go straight to C, which is a twist for your spine. So this is a brilliant detox. One of the best detoxes because you're massaging all your internal organs. When you release, the blood flow, woof, like a little fire ignites in your internal organs, which again is what we need right now. So immune system, big boost. So bend your right leg, pull it in and turn towards it. And then pick up your left arm over the top. I always do this. I push my leg in and put more of my back of my shoulder across. You might not get as far as me. And then you can either just turn away from me and look behind, so you get the twist, or you can try and do the bind, which means your arm comes round the back. You can see that quite well there. And then you turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, trying to turn each time a little bit more. 5, it's not easy, but it's great. Yes. Don't forget to breathe when you do this. Yep. Left leg, bends, turns, right arm, up and over, and again, this is my tight side. So this is where I had the injury all that time ago, and it's still tight. So push and gently ease that arm around if you're doing this level, and then grab. And then I put my bum back down and lift up. So spine needs to be as tall as possible. 2, look behind you. 3, 4, 5. I'm doing the walk version, the knee down version. I know you all know how to do it by now. Good. And then through to boat pose. So, shoulder on the side. Most of you know how to do boat pose. Sit up as straight as possible, arms out in front, zip your abs in. We already did 2 breaths. Try not to be back here. Try and be lifted. 3. So if you're doing this with your partner who's showing you what Ashtanga is like, you're going to sit on this bit, not on your tailbone. 4 and 5. Cross at the shins, not the ankles, cross at the shins. Look where my hands are, in front of my hips. Lean forward, make a little ball. So now curve your spine, use your feet and lift off. Inhale, exhale. So you eventually come to straight arms lock. So you go from here, and when you lift, your shoulders and your wrists are in a straight line. Let's do 3 rounds. We normally do 5. I'm letting you off. 1, be nice. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then obviously eventually the feet don't touch the floor at all. Back down. Round 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just come back this way. So we pick up and go through to vinyasa. And then from here, stay here. We're going to do bujja because it's really good for our hips. So we walk or we jump our feet to frog position. So this is frog. Now you need to have your hands about shoulder width apart, and you need to have your hands flat. So the hands are flat and then you drop your hips. For some people, that is it. You're gonna stay right there and you're gonna play with this movement, but you don't move your hands. Your hands must face forward. So there's no turning your hands, everything stays there. But those of you who can, you pick up and you do a little wiggle, and you wiggle your feet round until you can stand on your fingers. And look what I'm doing. I'm lifting up and getting more of my arms underneath. Because then, magically, one day, that happens. And your feet come off the floor and you've got your hands shoulder width. So I know most of you probably won't be at that level. Just stay level 1 with the frog, level 2 where you stand on your hands. If you can, this will be level 3. Some of you can, you squeeze in, and advanced level, your head comes down. But we've already done 5 breaths. So I'm going to come back up. And you lot are just going to wiggle your feet back round. I'm going to go to Titi Basam, which looks like that. You don't have to do that. You just do this. Walk back. And then chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Hi Fruity. He keeps coming just to lie next to us, bless him. And then back through. Okay. Kurmasan. So Kurmasan, you want your feet, heels, feet flexed, heels on the edge of the mat, just off the edge of the mat. No wider, they can't go out, they've got to stay like that. And then you walk your hand underneath, and you walk this hand underneath, and you bring your feet in and you close your legs against the back of your arms. And once you've got that, you might not be as low as me, you might be much higher. Then you start to wiggle till your whole body comes down here. 1. It won't, guys, you'll be much higher, don't worry. 2. 3. 4. 5. And then you wiggle out of it a bit. Put your feet on the mat. You lean to one side and wrap the arm around the back. You lean to the other side, wrap the arm around the back, and then you wiggle your feet in to touch each other. So you might not get very far with your arms, don't worry. Some of you might feel like you're stuck up here. But what you do with your hand is you make sure your hand is facing up. So the first one was down, palm down on the floor. Second one, you turn it up like someone's going to give you some sweets. You go round through there, look, and round the back, yeah? 1. Some of you might be able to crawl your right foot on top. 2. 3. 4. 5. And then you wiggle it back. Wiggle it back. You lot, just release yourself. Go through your vinyasa. I pick up. I move forward. Jump back. Up dog. Down. And then through to seated. Let's skip the next one and go to Baddha. Great for the hips, so I'll wiggle myself in, hold my feet, open my feet, pull my shoulders down, inhale, exhale. 1. 2. So see how I'm lengthening forward? 3. I think I'm looking a bit like Wurzel Gummidge. Those of you who know who Wurzel Gummidge is. 4. I'm not used to seeing myself on these things. 5. You're used to seeing me, I'm not used to seeing me. Inhale. It's much better the other way around. And then now is the time. Now is the time when you curve your spine. Look, because you've got to try and get your forehead to your feet. 1. Nope. 2. 3. 4. 5. And again, a lot of people can't get the forehead down, so don't worry if you didn't. You might have just got to there. It's okay. Maybe you decide to do this twice a week, and then you'll see a difference by the end of the lockdown. Good. Release. Cross. So you're always crossing. Remember, you're not pulling in and rolling over.
So we'll now go to wide position. So flies are eating me. Wide position, wide angled, Upavishta Konasana. Stay here or stay here to keep your spine straight. It must be straight, no curve. Go back to the straight spine. And then lengthening, lengthening, lengthening if you can. If you can't, you stay back here. 1. Advanced level. Hold the outside of your feet. Chin down. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And those of you used to my class, you're not allowed to bend your knees. Catch your legs. Some of you might hold here, some of you might hold here, some of you might hold here. Look up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross. Pick up. Up and over. Flies getting me all the time. Then coming back, eating me. It smells really, really nice today. Okay, so let's skip to our back bends. So we're skipping quite a bit here, but we want to get it all in. So I have no idea how long this is, but I think it's you're probably getting towards your end now. So let's do our back bends. Let me turn on the side so you can see how it should be. And there's obviously lots of options. You don't push back bends. You do them bit by bit until your back's ready. I do not have a good back bend. I do not work hard enough on my back bend. Yeah, so that's as simple as that. But let's start by pulling the heels in towards the bottom, lying down, and then finding our level 1. So level 1 is pick up. And this is where most of you, well, no, not maybe most, some of you would stay in this. Some will do this 3 rounds. This will be as much as is enough for you and your back, yeah? So you need to have your knees above your heels and then push your hips. Hello, fruits. Push your hips up, shoulders down. So many videos online with people's dogs and cats and everything. And now we've got one here as well too. 4, shins push forward, and as you do push your shins forward, look, your hips automatically go up, but you also lengthen. Fruity. You're right in the way of the camera, and then slowly go down. Good. And then so you do that again. We're going to do 5 breaths. I'll count to 5. Or you follow me and come up into your bridge. So you tuck your hands under. Some of you might just get to here and think, yeah, that's enough for me. Some of you might feel like you could do a little bit of a push, and some of you might go all the way up. 1, 2, 3. So my arms are straight, that's the key, they're not bent. 4, pushing strong, and 5. Come down, those of you who need a rest, take one. Those of you who want to do it again, we go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down, bring your knees in, give yourself some love, rock backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Come up. Just to massage your spine, and then fold. You don't have to have a straight spine here, you just need to fold. Just need to release slowly out of that back. And lift your head. Inhale, exhale. Nearly there, team. We'll just do a couple of inversions. So if you can, you're going to take your legs over, plant your hands on your back, prepare yourself, and then go up to shoulder stand. If this isn't happening for you, stay with this level and just try and maybe ease your back off and see how that feels playing with that, yeah? Also, ladies, if you're menstruating first or second day,
supposed to stay here or stay here. Okay, just the first or the second day. If not, we're up here. And look how high I'm going to walk my hands up my back, because that's going to give me the lift that I need to straighten my body out instead of being like that, look. So I'm pushing my hips forward, drawing my heels up and really balancing on my upper arms and my elbows. I'm not tight because I've worked my elbows down the back. So I've got space when I don't look at you lot. I've got space for my chin. We're not staying long. Normally we'd stay much longer. Go over to Halasana. If you can let go, let go. If you can't, just stay like that. And then open out. Stay here. Now I'm going to tilt my tailbone, look, and push my tailbone up so my back is not curved. It's as straight as I can get, and I'm keeping on walking my shoulders down. 3, 4, and 5, and the last one, your knees come down to your ears. You might be up here somewhere, you might just be feeling that, and I'm going to go all the way down to the floor. 2, squeezing my legs against my ears. 3, I'm pushing my arms away. 4, 5, release your feet. Normally we do another couple, but we're just going to roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. We need to do a counterbalance for that, so just cross your feet, let them find the floor, and put your hands underneath your bottom, lift up, arch your back, and put your crown of your head down. And then release, bring your knees in, rock and roll, come straight up, give me your fingers. So let's do your headstand. I will do a headstand. I wasn't going to put headstands in, but I will. But I'm not going to explain it. So if you can't do a headstand yet, you're going to do my headstand workshop, which will be the next video, and you're going to practice on that one. If you can do the headstand, you already know all the processes. I'm just going to do it and put it in now, okay? If not, so if you're skipping this because you're not ready for headstand yet, just sit and try and do a half lotus. Yep, half lotus. You can put your foot on your calf, you can put your foot on the floor, but it's best to try and get the calf first. Some of you, it's hard enough to do that, so just try and get on your calf, sit up tall and stay there, or half lotus, bring it all the way in. For those of you who have full lotus practice, just sit and do that till we come back from headstand. So So once you've done headstand, come back and join everyone else. And if you already did half lotus on one side, do the other side. Or if you already did that, just relax.
sit up tall. And we're going to close the class here. So there's no point in me lying down and you doing Shavasana with me, but I do expect you to do Shavasana. Shavasana is very important. So what you're going to do is just lie down completely in corpse pose on your back. I'll start you off, then I'll close the video and you can stay right there, okay? So it's so important to do Shavasana, even for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. It all imprints everything you've done into your body. So we just let the whole body relax. Stay longer if you'd rather, if you've got time and kids aren't jumping all over you. And hope you've enjoyed that, and I will do headstand workshop next. Happy lockdown.